Hi there. It's August 16th and time for Proverbs 16. Let's jump over there. And we're deep into the Proverbs now. Let's begin. The plans of the mind belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. Okay? Plans of the mind. New Living Translation says, we can gather our thoughts, but the Lord gives the right answer. All right. 2, all the ways of man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirit. Right? Motives behind it. Got that? Very good one. Ties those two together, right? Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Kind of brings that whole thing together. 4, the Lord has made everything for its purpose, even the wicked for the day of trouble. Right? He made everything, he made everybody, even the wicked for the day of trouble. Everyone who is arrogant is an abomination to the Lord. Be assured he will not go unpunished. Everyone who is arrogant. What's that say over here? Proud in heart. It's pride. Proud in heart. Think you're all that, better than anybody else? That's an abomination to the Lord. Thinking you're better than everybody else. Think about that. By loyalty and faithfulness, iniquity is atoned for, and by fear of the Lord, man avoids evil. Right? Loyalty and faithfulness. I'm going to highlight that. 7, when a man's ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. Right? If you're following the Lord and pleasing the Lord, most people are just going to leave you alone. Well, says it right there. Better is a little with righteousness than great revenues with injustice. Right? It's better to be poor and righteous and rich and injustice. Money usually corrupts. Okay, the more you have, the more corrupt you become. Sometimes, not always. 9, a man's mind plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. That's the same as the blue up here, right? Commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established. He's repeating that, okay? We're just going to make all that stuff blue. Man's plans of mind belong to a man. A man's mind plans his way. See, he's accentuating the same thing over and over again. Inspired decisions are on the lips of a king. His mouth does not sin in judgment. Now, the righteous king, right? A just balance and scales are the Lord's. All the weights in the bag are his work. Right? And it says everywhere that he hates unbalanced scales, cheating, inflation. It's everywhere. We'll get back to that. 12, it is an abomination to kings to do evil, for the throne is established by righteousness. Right? But they do, don't they? They certainly do. 13, righteous lips are the delight of a king, and he loves him who speaks what is right. Everybody likes an honest person, right? 14, a king's wrath is a messenger of death, and a wise man will appease it. Right? Okay, we don't have kings in this country, but In the light of a king's face there is life, and his favor is like the clouds that bring the spring rain. Mm-hmm. All about kings. Hey. To get wisdom is better than gold. To get understanding is to be chosen rather than silver. Right? Don't go after money. If you go after wisdom and knowledge, everything else will come. Okay, it says that. That's the main theme of Proverbs. If you go after wisdom and knowledge, all other things will be added to it. Okay? You don't have to searching up for money and gold and silver and treasures. Just seek wisdom. And that stuff is added. Right? 17, the highway of the upright turns aside from evil. He who guards his way preserves his life. Got that? Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Did your grandma say that? Pride goeth before a fall. Right? If you're proud, if you're wise in your own eyes, or arrogant, think you're all that, you're going to fall. Okay? You're going to fall. 19, it is better to be of the lowly spirit with the poor than to divide the spoil with the proud. Right? Think about all these looters, okay? Dividing the spoil. Mm-hmm. 20, he who gives heed to the word will prosper, and happy is he who trusts in the Lord. That's a good one. These words, okay? The word in the Bible. Heed the words in the Bible. And happy is he who trusts in the Lord. 21, the wise of heart is called a man of discernment, and pleasant speech increases persuasiveness. Right? Be kind. Be kind to everybody. The wise of heart is called a man of discernment. And discernment is that's knowing. That's the little voice, the Holy Spirit telling you that's right or that's wrong, or that's real, that's fake. Okay? 22, wisdom is a fountain of life to him who has it, but foolishness or folly is the chastisement of fools. Right? You have wisdom, which means you're always trying to learn, okay? You will never be completely wise, okay? It says that in Proverbs. At the end, spend your whole life being wise and find out that you know nothing. But if you're always trying to be wise, trying to learn, that's a fountain of life to him who has it, has wisdom. Part of having wisdom is realizing that you're not wise. The mind of the wise makes his speech judicious and adds persuasiveness to his lips. Okay? Means you got proof and evidence, right? 24. Pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the body. That's a good one. Say kind things. Always find something good to say. 25. There is a way which seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. Now we're going to make that blue because there seems to be a theme with all these blue ones, people making plans. Right? A worker's appetite works for him. His mouth urges him on. Right? You got that? If you're hungry enough, you'll work. A worthless man plots evil, and his speech is like scorching fire. We all know people like that, don't we? A perverse man spreads strife, and a whisperer separates close friends. This is very important. Whisperer, and every other person, it's going to say gossip. A crooked person spreads strife, and a gossip separates close friends. Okay? God hates gossip, finds it abominable. He detests it. It says all of those terms all over the Bible, right? Gossip can separate a church, right? Or somebody comes up to you in confidence and says, I have this problem. Can you pray for me? And you go telling everybody else about this guy's private that he told you in confidence, that's gossip. And it'll get back to him, okay? And in his mind, he's going to say, I only told one person about this. And that one person has betrayed me. So he's going to start telling people this person is a betrayer. He's a liar. He breaks people's confidence. And then pretty soon, everybody's fighting with everybody else. Okay? Separates close friends. Gossip. 29, a man of violence entices his neighbor and leads him in a way that is not good. Stay away from those kind of people. It says that everywhere. 30, he who winks his eye plans perverse things. He who compresses his lips brings evil to pass. Right? Lots of those around too. Winks the eyes. 31, hoary head is a crown of glory. Gray. This is gray. Okay. A gray hair is a crown of glory. It is gained in a righteous life. Right? You live long enough to have gray hair. It's a crown of glory. 32, he is slow to anger. He who is slow to anger is better than the mighty. And he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city. All right, and that's something we all need. Patience, okay? Slow to anger, patience, better than the strongest man. And he who controls your spirit is better than he who takes a city. 33, the lot is cast into the lap, but the decision is wholly from the Lord. Now they used to cast lots, straws, and whoever got the short straw was chosen for a good thing or a bad thing sometimes, but I believe that was God deciding. Okay, it's like now they flip a coin. Who decides what the coin's going to land on? Okay. So there you go. That's Proverbs 16. Highlighted stuff. Let's put all these blue ones together, shall we? The plans of the mind belong to a man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All right. You can dream up your own stuff. All the ways of man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirit. Motives. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. In 9, it says, a man's mind plans his own way, but the Lord directs his steps. Right? 25 says, there's a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death. Right? Always let the Lord direct your steps. Commit everything to the Lord before you do it. I have had plumbers come to my house to do either a small or even a large job. And I've seen certain plumbers with their helper in their truck before they do the job. I've seen them grasp hands and pray. Lord, bless this job, direct our steps. And I've seen them do that. Those kind of people I always ask back. Okay? They commit all their work to the Lord. Okay? I don't know where that is, but it's in here. We highlighted that somewhere. We'll come across it. Okay, we highlighted 5. Everyone who is arrogant is an abomination to the Lord. Proud. Thinks you're better than everybody else. Everyone who is like that is an abomination to the Lord. Be assured he will not go unpunished. Okay? If you think you're all that, God will knock you down. Okay? By loyalty and faithfulness, iniquity is atoned for. Okay? Loyalty and faithfulness. We highlighted 8. Better is a little with righteousness than great revenues with injustice. All right? It's better to be poor and honest, right? Come by things honestly than have all the money in the world and be unjust. God doesn't like those kind of people either. 11. A just balance and scales are the Lord's. All the weights in the bag are his work. Right? Just balance and scale. But he detests a crooked balance and crooked scales. And that goes on a lot, even today. It went on back then. It goes on now. That's, coffee used to always be, all coffee was sold by the pound. It was sold by the pound. Now, the cans are the same size or the packages are even bigger, but now you're only getting 13 ounces instead of 16 ounces, and they're charging you more money. Okay? That's unjust scale. Okay? God doesn't like that. You're fooling people. Right? You're selling them less and taking more of their money. It goes on everywhere, and the Lord hates it. Honest scales are the Lord's work. 16, we highlighted, to get wisdom is better than gold. To get understanding is to be chosen rather than silver. Go after wisdom and understanding, which means getting it over and over again until it sinks in and and you understand why he says these things. That's to be sought after more than gold or silver, money. Okay? You go after wisdom and knowledge first, the money will come. It says that everywhere in here too. 18, pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Okay? That kind of ties in with this one up here. Look, I made it the same color. Everyone who is arrogant is an abomination to the Lord. Be assured he will not go unpunished. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. There you go. Together. And Solomon usually has a general idea when he accentuates these things. I should pay more attention to the colors I'm choosing. 20, we highlighted, he who gives heed to the word will prosper, and happy is he who trusts in the Lord. This is the word, okay? So we're studying the word. Study the Bible, read the Bible, give heed to the Bible, means do what it says. You'll be happy. More words. Pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the body. Be kind. Be kind. Is it so hard to be kind to people? Okay, we did the blues. A perverse man spreads strife, and a whisperer separates close friends. Okay, words. Okay. If somebody tells you something in confidence, you keep it to yourself. Okay, that's between you, that person, and God. Okay? As soon as you tell somebody else, you're spreading strife, and you are that whisperer who separates close friends. You are the gossip. Okay? Did you hear what so-and-so did? No, I didn't, and I don't want to. Okay? Excuse me a minute. Leave. And 32. He who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules a spirit than he who takes a city. When you can control your temper, okay? If somebody says something that makes you really angry, you lash out at them, you're going to do something stupid. You're going to sin. God's not going to like it. Everybody's going to get in trouble. If you just keep it to yourself, keep quiet, keep your mouth shut. Be slow to anger. It doesn't say anger is wrong, okay? Sometimes anger is called for, but you need to be slow to anger, okay? Slow to anger. So there you go. That's Proverbs 16. We are still in Jeremiah in our Through the Bible in a Year. We're in day 229. So we're getting up there. I remember these things today. Make your plans, but God's going to have his way. Right? And if you ask, commit your plans to the Lord while you're making your plans, it'll go a lot better. Okay? Pray before you do everything. Okay? Be kind. Don't gossip. Okay? All these stuff. Slow to anger. Go after wisdom. Read the Bible. Follow the Word. Loyalty and faithfulness to the Word of God. So there you go. Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. And we'll see you later when we do Through the Web.